All right, guys, welcome back to Kamisha Reviews, the queen of reality TV. I said this all the time. If you do not know, don't get confused. It is what it is, period. Now, in my background, I do have the king with the most gorgeous red hair I have ever seen. So come to the stage and we're going to kiki and get some shenanigans going. You know how it goes over here. Plenty kings and queens, period, surround me, and you know I don't play. So let's do the thing that we do. Hey!
Hi, gorgeous.
Oh my God. Welcome. I'm so
Thank
happy.
you so much for having me. You are such a beautiful person inside and out, and I have been a stan for years. So the fact that I'm here is like, it's crazy.
Oh my God, you killed me when you said it. I was like, when you first time, I was like, what? I was like, I told you, I'm super like, I don't even look at myself like that. I just love doing this position. But
You're
baby,
humble.
yes, I am. My mother,
Well,
she
I am
don't
happy to
play.
give you your flowers because you deserve a whole garden, baby.
Well, thank you. Because they don't want to give me flowers. Too many haters out there. So I love it. I love it. I
Oh,
love it.
trust
Love.
me, I know. I've learned this week.
Yes, unfortunately.
It's very
So,
sad.
first of all, coming on here, the boom boom bow is always, but you coming on, I already know it's gonna be this. Period. Baby prepared, 100%. Okay, the baby ready. Period.
I'm ready,
Okay.
baby.
So let's first start with how you even got into this show. Everything. How did you get started? Give us your journey, your story. Everybody's different.
Of course. So, as far as reality TV, I am like a total super fan. Since I was 6 years old, Survivor season one, I was glued.
Wow.
Team Colleen, like when I was six. Like, I have a love Big Brother, love Survivor. Those are like my top two. But then I fell in love with like Drag Race, America's Next Top Model. Like, I
Yes.
just love reality competition TV. Like, that's
Mhm.
like my genre. And I've always wanted to compete. And, I was almost on Big Brother. And yeah, which, I, and it was BB20, which would have been such a good
Oh my
cast for me.
God.
It would
Okay.
have been such a cast for me. I'm obsessed with Bailey, Haley,
Yes.
Rockstar Caitlyn. Like, oh, those girls. Faute needed me. They truly needed me. I feel like we would have had a Faute winner with me instead of
I
JC in
think
the
so. Oh my
house.
God. Let's not even get into JC. But
Yes.
what happened that you did
So
not get on there? What happened?
they didn't choose me, It is what it is. But I was devastated because I was
Mm,
like, I always thought from a young age, like, I'm gonna be on Big Brother. Because like
period.
I do love Survivor the most as a show, but I felt like
Mhm.
Big Brother was the one that I could win
Mm.
more likely. Like I feel like I could win Survivor, but like, I feel like I have a better chance to win Big Brother because of how the game works.
The social aspect. Yeah, I
Yes, and
do
just
agree.
like the format. Like I
Mhm.
could always I feel like, you saw what happened to me on this show. It's like that could have never happened on BB. You always have a chance to survive,
Yes, I agree
you
with that.
know.
100%. I agree with that.
So
So
when
how did
Squid
you go
Game
ahead?
came around, it was kind of
Mhm.
like I was obsessed with the show Squid Game and I'm obsessed with reality
Okay.
TV. And I'm like, I'm a diva. So I was like, is this a good show for me? Like, I don't know if I'll be able to handle this. And y'all saw I was going through it.
Period.
But I'm so proud of myself for like taking the risk and just going for it. And the application process is honestly a
Mm.
lot easier than like when I was in the running for Big Brother, when I was running for Circle. Like those all had like many more interviews. I don't feel like I did that many interviews, but they did a lot of like background research and like the
Mhm.
therapist,
Mhm.
like all that was the
Wow.
same. But as
Okay.
far as like the initial interviews, it wasn't as many. And I think that's because there was so many players. So this
Okay.
was definitely my easiest experience in the
Mhm.
casting
Mhm.
process,
Mhm.
and I did it. I'm here.
Did you have to like do okay? So you applied for this show, and they just called you and did the whole process. That's how you got in. Oh
Yes, I
wow.
just sent in a
Okay.
video. I'm gonna post it at some point.
Your video probably was everything, and they probably was like, "We
Yeah.
have to get him on the show because if not, I told you to be born if you weren't there. Period. It would have been like
Oh,
you were
that's
born. Let's just
really
be
nice.
honest.
Well, there's all the tea about like, oh, all the people that were eliminated didn't have real mics on. I That's bull because I did not have a real mic. So you got to know my ass is spiraling day one, and I'm like, if it is rigged, which it's not,
Right.
I'm out because I felt almost like underestimated by production because I'm like, hello, give
Right.
me a mic because within the first, I had already checked somebody after we crossed the line for red light, green light, a player who I'm sure you're not going to be shocked who it is. I don't really want to give them too much attention, but they literally shushed me in my face on day one. Day one, I was in the middle of a conversation with somebody, shushed me, starts talking to the player I'm talking to. I go, excuse me, that's really rude.
Right.
And don't shush me. And then they go, shh, and do it again in my face. I was like, ooh, that's nasty. And then I tell the other player, I go, I'm 141, but I'm not the one. But it's like none of this was even on the record. Like from day one, people were trying me. Oh my
God.
I was tried and tried and tried in that competition day after day after day. And, you know, eventually I went from playing America's Next Top Best Friend to America's Next Top Savage because I had no other option. I played such a good social game. And at a certain point after I was betrayed and my back was against the wall, I needed to, you know, be in my Sandra Diaz Twine era and anybody but me and let's play. But you guys didn't really see the first part. Like there was like an evolution. It was like, you guys didn't really see that much.
We didn't see much. We didn't.
Of my social game and my relationships. So that's disappointing, but I get it. It's a show and they can only fit so much.
It is.
Especially with this many people. It's like
it is, but it's a production. You should always get the good stuff. And that sounded like that was good stuff. So speaking of your strategy, was that your strategy going in? Did you already have a strategy going in? Soon as you start taping, boom, this is what I'm going to do. Because your social game is A1, real talk. So
thank you. No, truly, like if you look, like I have so many friends from this cast. Like I'm friends with nearly the entire cast with besides about 4 people. And I probably have like 200 plus amazing friends. And that's including some of the red light, green light boots and like nearly everybody who made it into the dorm because I was genuine with people. And that was my strategy, just to be my authentic self and connect with players and build true relationships because I'm a super fan. I know how it is. I also wanted to make sure I had at least one strong ally in every clique. So that way, no matter who got power in the game, like my person in that clique could protect me. Does that make sense?
It does. So when you was there and you're very vocal, you're very transparent with your audience and with everybody. So what did you start seeing as far as some negativity? I know people are coming out saying that people weren't paid, treated unfairly, all these different things. I'm trying to ignore them like it's a lot. I think everybody's gonna have a different experience. I don't think everybody's takeaway is gonna be it was so bad. Because you're very vocal. And I haven't heard you say any of that. Not in none of your posts, TikTok or any of that.
And I did an article with Deadline with Lorenzo. They interviewed us. And you saw the quote. It was
I did.
This is not Barney and Friends. This is Squid Game. And my stance on it is I know what I signed up for.
Okay.
This is not supposed to be easy. It's the Squid Game. And I'm like, yes, of course. I didn't expect it to be that level of difficult, especially at red light, green light.
Right.
But it's like I ate that and I won the competition, you know, like everyone who passed won. And I'm so proud of myself for that. And it's like a huge accomplishment. So it's kind of like I felt very supported by production when I was mistreated by other players. I felt very validated. I felt very checked in on by the production. So, and they gave me this opportunity of a lifetime. They made my dreams come true because other shows had been sleeping on me for years. I did Big Brother, iconic TV on a silver platter, and they said, we're not hungry. So, you know, like,
let's go.
Like, they finally, I got my yes, you know, and it was like, I was going to play this game with my everything. And I left it all on the field. I know I come off very cracked on the show, but that's because I was so passionate and I had so much pressure on myself. And I was just trying to play the game in the best way to set me up to get the crown and the money.
100%.
You know?
Do you think that Big Brother, because to be honest, it's coming out that people are literally saying the way this show has been done, production, just the way y'all moved on there, Big Brother needs to take a page out your book. It's like all over Twitter. Do you agree? And you're a big super fan like myself,
Absolutely.
So you know how Big Brother goes. What do you think they need to change? What do you think?
I think they need to change the equity of the competitions, first of all. I don't believe the competitions are fair for the older players That would be the number one thing. It's like you look at the past couple seasons and like it's always just like a steamroll towards the end. That's boring. Look at
Yes.
the first half of BB20. It's iconic. And then
Mm-hmm.
for me, it all fell apart
Mm-hmm.
after that.
Yes, it
So,
did.
and that's one of the best modern day seasons, and it still fell apart because, and BB21, like we have this absolute trash bucket just winning all these competitions. And shout out to my sister, Jessica Milagros, who completely ate it up on that season. And Kemi, like those are two of my best friends from
Right.
reality TV.
Right.
Is Kemi and Jessica. And I love those girls with my whole heart. And like the fact that they had to be part of that season
Yeah, it was a
where
horrible
it's
season.
just gross. Like
Mhm.
like that their season has to be represented by someone like that, you know?
Exactly.
So,
I feel the same way. So going back to
yeah.
like as far as the house and y'all had chores. I was like, baby, I don't know. Just ain't my house. I'm
Oh, can
just
I say one more thing?
Oh, you're good. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
They need more queer people on Big Brother.
They do.
That would be another thing
No, they
because
do. I agree. They
you
don't have
know,
enough. I don't know why.
look at our show. The queer people are bringing it.
Baby.
Okay,
Like,
Felicia, Lorenzo, I, and Sam. You guys haven't gotten to see much of Sam, but Sam is an icon. That is my
mhm.
literal mother and father, and like his backstory. Oh my god, I hope that they do focus on him at some point because he has been through so much, and he's a true friend and human. Like if people are being mistreated, he will stand up. And that's exactly what he did.
Oh.
Ashley and Felicia, the three of them, I will always give them their flowers because when I was at rock bottom, they were the three people that absolutely
Wow.
stood by me. And I know
I
Figgy
love
would have
that.
too, but Figgy was sadly robbed out of the competition by that
Right,
point.
right.
And I will
She
say
was.
Leanne and Trey definitely like were there for me too. A lot of people were. Jada was there for me, but those were the three that like actively stood up to the people
Right.
treating me. So that was
No,
like,
I
I
love
just
that
want
you
to like
said
shout
that.
them out.
No, I love
Yeah.
that you said that about Big Brother. They need to really open up a lot more as far as the community. I don't know why.
Yes.
It should be a lot more. We should have trans women on there. I don't see why we can't. I don't
Absolutely.
see why we
Absolutely.
can't.
And honestly, like I wish there was more trans representation excuse me. I wish there was more trans representation on our show. We have 3 non-binary players, including myself.
Right.
So, and this I've just recently kind of started talking about my
Right. That's
identity.
courage. That's so much
So,
courage. It's beautiful.
yeah.
Love it.
So, yeah, and I'm like I would have loved to, you know, have more of my trans siblings
Right.
in. I don't identify as trans, I identify as non-binary, but some
Right.
non-binary people do identify
They
as
do.
trans, but
Mm-hmm.
we did not have enough trans representation on the show, that's for sure.
No, I have so many trans nieces, and oh my god, I just wish there would have been more of that. I'm a big
It's
advocate of that.
it's so important to humanize people that are at risk in our society.
Yes.
And, you know, especially trans women of color are so targeted in our world. And the more
Yeah.
humanization we can do towards that community, the more they will be protected.
Yes. Yeah. Rest in peace, Malaysia Booker. I was recently went and the person that took her away from a lot of great people. He's now behind bars, and so I don't play when it comes to that. I had too many babies. I don't play with that. So representation is super important to me.
I adore
Period.
you. I
So
need you
have
on my TV immediately. I
baby, you know,
really do.
people are already saying they want me on reality TV. I'm waiting for the day. Just give me a call and get ready for turn up the
Oh,
whole
I
time.
know you would gobble. It would be Thanksgiving up in this bitch because that's how hard
Every
you'd be
damn day.
gobbling. Oh my God.
Okay. So, let's go ahead and get into your experience in the house. You had your strategy, which I really feel like you have one of the best
Thank
social games, which is
you.
why I think in Big Brother you literally would clean it. Like
I
they
really
couldn't
low
touch
key
you.
would.
I do
And I
believe you'd
was
be that
on
person. You wouldn't even win
18. I was
competition.
almost on
You would
18.
just
That was the other one.
really.
And oh my God, if I could have played with Natalie and
Wow.
Davon, that would have.
Oh my God.
And they knew that I was Davon. Like I told them in casting in the process a few
Okay.
rounds in, I was like,
Right.
Davon's my favorite Big Brother player because
Right.
she's iconic and she
She
gives
is.
good confessionals
She
and
is.
she's just like royalty in my
She
eyes. So
is.
if I could
She
have
is.
played with Davon and Natalie, who's one of my best friends now, we didn't know each other then.
Right.
It's
Right.
like, I would have ate that season 2. And like those 2 seasons, I feel like would have been the best seasons for me, probably.
I'm telling you, you would have went through, and I think you wouldn't have been focused on competitions. You'd be more focused on social because
Definitely.
we've seen this past season here. I mean, she got up there number 3 and didn't even. Anyway, I don't want to get too much. I don't want to say her name, but I'm just making a point. I've already dragged her enough.
I can't. But at least she gave us that iconic moment with the jury question. Like that was
And
hilarious.
that was it. And that was literally it. Okay. I'm trying to be nice. But his family is fine. He already know I drag. Nothing. Reading is fundamental, and I will take your soul if
Absolutely.
necessary. Period. Okay, which means I'm also Dash's people. If y'all come from my Dash, maybe it's a wrap. Don't do it. I'm
That means
telling
so
you.
much to me because I feel like you actually see me for who I actually am, you know? It's very easy just to judge someone based on an edited TV show. And we hear reality stars say that all the time. But now that I've actually lived it, I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, I'm really sad that, you know, once again, I have nothing but love and respect for Netflix for this opportunity. But I'm sad that you guys didn't get to hear more about my backstory and the things I've been through that make me the way I am, more of my relationships, more of my heart. I feel like I
Yes.
came off very just my opinion, like cutthroat, which like
Mhm.
I was at that point in the
Right.
competition towards people that had burned me. But it's like so much context is missing that like that's leading to me getting a lot of like homophobic hate. And like it's just painful when, you know, you feel like, no, there's so much more to the story. But, you know, it is what it is. And at the end of the day, I'm still grateful for anybody that can see me for who I actually am
I have
and
been doing reality
appreciate what I
TV.
brought to the show. And
Right. No, no,
because I
no, no,
still was
no.
entertaining. You
You
can't ever say that. So.
please. He was entertaining when you was there, man. When you said no, when you was like, what you know, we'll get into that.
Oh, yeah, we need to. There's so much to
But
get
but
into.
but what I'm gonna say is this: reality TV we watch for entertainment, right? You've been
Yeah.
watching what reality TV for a long time. It would be like, who wants to watch a boy?
Respectful.
No, I don't care, but YouTube might care. I don't
Okay,
know if
okay.
they'll trip about
We
it.
got
Just
to
be
cut
careful.
that out. We got to cut that out. And
No,
so
no, no,
repeat
no,
what you just
no,
said.
no, no,
Then.
no, no. It's fine. This is I do things. I'm straight up. Everybody knows how I am. Even little mistakes, whatever, it rolls. I don't care. They know how I am. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. If they
Okay.
make a big deal about it, I'll cut that part. I'm not even worried about them. But
Okay.
YouTube be trying to censor, so that's what I'm saying. They censor a lot of us content creators. Twitter won't
Absolutely.
say anything. Nobody else will. But YouTube is to be on some stuff. And I don't care. YouTube hears this. It's recorded. Period. Okay. So for you, I want to talk about. You said you know, of course, you went through a lot, and you didn't have your background being shown, and
Yes.
the things in the house. What were affecting you leading up to the catalyst that we're going to get into? But I want to get the lead up. How did we even get there? Because there had to be things you. I don't see yourself just coming out saying, "Oh, I don't see that." Something has to
No,
happen
no.
before, you know.
So are you referring specifically to what led to me blowing up the alliance?
Yes, because what I'm saying is, I feel
Okay,
like it's
because there's
more
a
than
bunch to
more
get
than
into before
right.
that, but if
That's what
you,
I'm
I
saying.
can address that now.
Oh no. We can no. We let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning before
Okay,
we even. I don't want to skip ahead. So start from the beginning. You
okay.
start and you just go. I'll
So
follow.
yes, I was a wreck when Muddy got eliminated because what you didn't see is Muddy was my daddy. He would call me son. I would call him father. He helped me before red light, green light, and he helped me within the because he told me to memorize the order of the cookie shapes that were painted on the wall, which don't know why I didn't come to that realization on my own as a super fan. But the fact that he clocked that and helped me with red light, green light, it was like, I'm a super fan. I'm living my dream. If you're going to help me, I'm going to ride for you because there's so many people. I can ride for multiple people. And
100%.
so when I was playing such a social game, this is before I realized that players could eliminate each other. So yes.
Okay.
So once they made the announcement, like a player is about to be eliminated, my heart sank because everyone kept telling me, Dash, everyone loves you. I was like really bringing a lot of joy to the dorm, a lot of positive energy to the dorm, which is why it's so disgusting to me what that man said about tearing people down. Because ask any of the players outside of that alliance, and I'm not including TJ when I said that. I did include him when I called him out, but I can get into that later. I want to make it clear I have nothing but love for TJ.
Good.
And yeah, no, TJ's a great guy. So I was hurt by him too, but not nearly on the level of the other three.
Okay, gotcha.
But wait, shoot, what was I saying? Oh, about Muddy, right?
Yes.
So I thought it was going to be me because I was like, if someone clocks how social I am, they might take me out for being a social wreck. And so when the numbers are going, my anxiety is through the roof. And mind you, I just survived red light, green light, right? So I'm like, already, like that was a lot. I had, mind you, I lost someone extremely important to me 4 weeks before filming. I was grieving. So the fact of someone who I really trusted and connected with just being ripped away from me that soon was devastating. So I did have a huge breakdown at that point. And I think it's funny watching it, honestly, because it's so extra. But I genuinely was heartbroken in that moment. I
No,
was
not extra. I don't think. Don't say that. Everyone's feelings are important. I'm dramatic
Thank
as
you.
hell, so don't say that.
Yeah, no,
Go ahead.
that was like I was fully wrecked by Muddy's
Hmm.
elimination. And I
Right.
know it's only been 2 days of filming and oh my God, like, but I'm a genuine person. And if I feel the love with somebody,
Connection. Right.
like with you, I've just meeting you, I love you.
Right.
Like I will
Right.
always
Same.
have your back
Same. Same.
from one conversation. I mean, it helps that I've been a fan of you for years, but like, look at what you've done for me. You're bringing me on your
Right.
platform. You have these iconic pictures in the back, which is so cute, and like, you're just everything. Like,
You're so
you
silly.
are just everything. You're a star. So like,
Thank
I
you.
got you, and it's like I am a loyal player.
Yeah.
I will only play like a snake if you snake me, because then I'll be at the king
Mm,
cobra, baby.
period.
Okay, like I'm not afraid to stand up for myself in the game, and that's exactly what happened. But that's not how it comes across in the edit.
It doesn't at all. It looks really, really crazy.
It
So
looks
it
random.
does.
And they're
So
like, and oh, well, let me not.
nope. So what you got? This is an
I think, yeah,
open,
I
safe
mean,
place. Whatever you need to say, go ahead.
a lot of people tell me it doesn't feel random, and that like you're playing smart and like you're taking out a threat, but it's like to me, it looks random. Like, and you agree, so it's like it's torn. Half the people are like, you're playing like, oh, you weren't afraid to make a move and take out a power player, because I will always give Cheney respect that and put flowers on her name that she is a power player.
Right.
And so it's like, okay, I'm glad for the people that can see it for that, but it was a lot more to that, And
Okay.
so, yes,
Yeah. People are looking at it as which okay, because anybody that's black in any kind of, some kind of whatever they're doing, a black woman or something like that, a lot of times people can say, oh, well, it's because that she's black. I go there as well. Not even gonna lie. This, I was like, I'm not gonna say that because I don't know. I know how editing goes. We're always missing a big chunk. I said, so I'd rather talk to them and find out what happened because it looks like a scene was missing or something. I don't
a
know.
lot was
You can
missing.
tell. So
And
I'm
when I
like,
tell the story, you'll be able to start to piece together it from the edit, but like you would never know if you didn't know my story, you
gotcha,
know?
gotcha. Okay, so you can continue.
So basically, just a funny thing that happened with Danny. I did talk about this. I don't know if you saw. I did the official Netflix podcast, which was
Yes, yes.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I love Lauren and Chris. They're icons. And I did talk
Very
about
much
that, but
so.
I
I
got to
love
give you
her.
the tea. Danny was also a really strong ally to me. So
Okay.
when she saw how devastated I was over Muddy, and I'm like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna get you, snakes. I'm
Right.
gonna get revenge for my dad. Like I
Right.
was going off. Like what you
Yeah.
saw of the breakdown was
Mm-hmm.
this much. And
Compared to how much you did.
I was
Wow.
doing the most because I was fully like at my breaking point
Yeah.
because of everything I had already gone through
Mm-hmm.
and all
Okay.
the pressure I was had on myself and the fact that I'm processing and mourning. So it was like a
Mm.
lot
A
on my
lot.
shoulders.
Yes.
And with Danny, she felt so guilty, and I could see it in her face
Mm.
when she talked to me. And she's like, Dash, like maybe someone did this to try and protect people like us. Like she was like low key giving guilty. So
Okay.
then in my head, I'm like, ooh, Danny eliminated Muddy,
Mm.
and she did it with the guy with the mullet, Kyle, because they did a chore together. Like I put it together and I kept that to myself because
Okay.
I love Danny. And then I realized, okay, Danny stands cutthroat women in Survivor. We've already talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
She's here to play, and I have no choice but to stand. Like as much as I wish she took out other people,
Okay.
like I wish she took out 432. I'll just say that. Um,
Gotcha.
in my opinion,
Everybody.
he got a golden edit, like compared to the reality.
Mm.
Yes, that is
Wow.
the tea. Once
Interesting.
again, said nobody hate, but
No, I understand
yes.
because that editing with him and then 198 is the confusion. Everybody is so frustrated. I've seen cast frustrated. They said, why is it that they made 198 not look like the villain that he was in the house? Why are they keeping it a secret?
All I can speak about is from my experience, and 198, I definitely have heard of him doing really problematic things. I don't have a
Right.
relationship with
Okay.
198, but
Mm-hmm.
my experience with him was nothing but positive from
Okay.
my perspective.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, while I'm
Interesting.
watching, I'm like, get her, Jade. Like,
Right.
and I'm like, I still don't support some of the things I've been told he does,
Mm-hmm.
but between the two of them, definitely gonna be
Four,
siding
three,
with
two.
198.
Okay,
Yes, for
gotcha.
sure.
Perfect.
I'm
Wow.
very, very confident in that decision, and I
I
won't
can
say
tell.
any more on that.
That's fine, baby.
But I get why Danny didn't do it, because the truth is 432 was already such a big target for people because of the way he had been treating people. So, like, I get why Danny didn't want to take out somebody that was already going to be targeted by other people.
Right.
And she took out someone that was, really charismatic and lovable. And like, she made a big move. So I have no choice but to respect it.
Okay. So leading up to everything with you, because moves were being made. And the thing about it, even with you, I was saying like you're being charismatic and people loving you is actually a move, so, and you were moving in a way where I want to play and get this money. So that's why I really want to find out is, how did it lead up to you telling everybody who this alliance was when I felt like with you, if you had an opportunity, you would take out a big player.
100%.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's why I kept saying something is like missing. I feel like if he was there and he had opportunity, he would took out whoever, regardless if it's likable or not. Is that correct?
Well, no, I would take out the people that I felt like would come after me.
Okay,
so
it wouldn't matter.
I'm in self-preservation mode. Okay. And if I had the opportunity to eliminate a player, and 432 is already out at this point, right? 100% Jesse, the one who eliminated me. No questions asked. Because he was giving hater energy from the jump. It was definitely giving hater. I do not believe the reason that he eliminated me was because I voted Cheney. I don't believe that for 1 second. Okay.
You don't believe that at all?
No. 0%. And that's why Lucia is still one of my best friends. She made a game mistake. Lucia and I were so close, and she fucked up there, telling 176 that I voted Cheney. But at the end, she regrets it. She's apologized. She's publicly defended me. And at the end of the day, that was a game move and it was a mistake. And she knows that. But in that situation, because I was playing so social, and Lucia's not a super fan of these shows, she was confused why I was talking to everybody. Okay. And so that made her start to doubt me. And then other people got in her head, which led to that. So because
the way it did look that way was when you was like going around. So I was like, I just need the beginning part because he's playing beast mode. Why would he be upset that she voted out, the older gentleman and then the guy with the advantage? So that's where I really want to know, because I would have played that way. I would have got rid. I'm sorry, now Felicia, when she voted them out, how she's being attacked, how Felicia's being attacked for playing the game. I feel like this game, you guys were playing the game, but it gets muddy for us because we didn't get to see everything. That's why I want you to talk for yourself. How did it get to that point? Because I feel like it was a game move for you for whatever your reason why.
100%. 100%.
Right? Okay.
And you listen, I'm for the people. I was never going to come for any minority unless they came for me. Okay? Because that's how I am. I'm a survivor of abuse. I have been assaulted. I have been hate crime. I will always protect minorities, especially women of color who, like, it's just,
I believe
it's 100%. So hurtful how it, and I like, at the end of the day, I get it. There's 456 players. They can only show so much, but that's not my character. And that's why everyone who knows me is like, what happened? Because they know there's stuff missing. I had already been so burned by these people that at that point I needed to go into self-preservation mode. So I just want to like wrap up the Lucia stuff to explain.
Okay, you're good.
So Lucia was my friend.
Okay.
Lucia and Rose and Rochelle are all queens. And why I was telling them was because we all needed to vote together in order to save Lorenzo. Lorenzo was Lucia's best friend. It was originally me, but then Lorenzo kind of stole her from me.
Gotcha.
Okay? And he literally says that to me. He's like, I stole her from you.
Right. Yeah,
and she was so devastated. And she was like questioning me if I was in on the vote because I also had a very strong relationship with Trey and Leanne. And I'm like, no. Like, and it's so funny because I didn't even remember telling them that I had voted Cheney. So that's why on the podcast,
I think you were hyped.
That's why on the podcast, I'm like, on the Netflix podcast, I'm like, oh, I never told anyone because I genuinely didn't even remember. And Lucia didn't even remember leaking it because that just shows how crazy this game is.
Right.
But then I was like, put it all together. And the reason why was because what happened with Lorenzo finally started working with me once
Mhm.
I wasn't a part of that alliance anymore
Okay.
because he also had issues with them.
Oh,
Okay. So then he
wow.
was like finally open to working with me. I'd been trying and he had a wall up for the longest time. So at
Right,
that
right.
point, it was like my vote, it's like it's either Leanne, who's like my literal squid mother. I'm not
Mhm.
voting her.
Love
It's
Leanne.
Andy, who I honestly felt like it was like not a threat, no
Okay.
offense.
Mhm.
And I had nothing but love for him. And Dr. V, who I felt like was such a big target for so many people. So
Gotcha.
with Cheney had burned me so hard and proven to be a very ruthless player.
Mhm.
And so I was kind of like, it was a no brainer where I'm going to vote. And Cheney's face was already up there. That's the thing. Like, if Jesse's face was up there, I would have been happier to vote for Jesse. But I had to go out of the options that were there because I wasn't going to put someone else's face up there and put an even bigger target on my back that I already had at that point.
Okay.
And so they were so devastated about Lorenzo, and I was trying to explain to my queens like we needed to vote together. When Lorenzo did that to Leanne, great TV moment, but terrible gameplay because it split our votes. Some votes had already gone on Cheney, and now you're throwing in a whole nother person that now all of your allies are voting, and Lorenzo got the least amount of votes out of the 3 eliminees. If we had all voted together like we needed to,
Mhm.
potentially Cheney would have gone there and Lorenzo could have survived. So that's what I was trying to explain to the ladies because I trusted them and I was
Right.
too trusting.
Mhm.
And that's because I am loyal to my people, you
Right.
know?
Right. Right.
So it is what it is. I know I look, it's embarrassing because I'm like, I'm
Mhm.
supposed to be this good game player. And like, why are you running your mouth? No, it's because we were all on the same page. And then other people got in my bestie's head. And that's what happened. But
Mm.
I don't blame Lucia at the end of the
You
day.
don't blame her. Okay, cool. You
No,
don't blame her. You don't
no.
blame her at
And what
all.
she did for me standing up for my character, because she knows the tea and she
Right.
knows the full story, like she made a statement defending me. And like that means so much more that means so much more to me than a mistake in a game, you know?
Mm. I'm
So
probably talking to her
she's a real
too.
one. She's a real one.
She'll be coming out here soon.
I love her so much. Yes. You can get the tea from her. So
Oh, I've already hit her about her. She's not about that, but she'll be coming on here. I've already talked to her.
I'm going to get into, if you want,
Okay, you're good. Go right ahead.
why we had the falling out
You got it.
in
Go
the
ahead,
first
baby.
place. So Cheney was one of the first friends I had in the game. She's like, you need
Okay.
to be my bestie Darius. I love
Aw.
them. Like it makes you, it sucks. Like I hate how it went. I
Right.
hate how it went because, and I don't regret anything. That's the thing. Like I just hate how it went though, you know?
Right. The way the whole thing went down. Yes.
When it comes to, I wish I would have picked the damn Jack in the Box.
Ugh.
But like, so I had opened up to them. They were like, I thought they were my true friends. I was being
Okay.
genuine with them. I had helped them actively in the game. You can see in the mirror when the phone scene happens, I run over and you can see in the mirror because that's when I'm pulling Darius away from the phone. Darius almost picked up the phone
He
and I pulled
did.
him away. But
Okay.
they don't show me pulling him
No,
away.
they don't. They
So
don't. They
that
don't.
happened. And then Figgy, who's my sister and my best
Yeah.
friend, and I love you so much, Figgy. She had found a clue while she was doing a
Oh.
chore. Yes, come on, circle. Um,
Go ahead,
and
baby.
I asked her, can I share this clue with Darius and Lucia?
Okay.
Because that was, and she was already going to share it with Leanne and Trey because we were like a little family.
Okay.
But I wanted to protect Lucia, who was my original number one, and I wanted to protect Darius. So when I told Darius, he said, can I tell Cheney? And I said, yes, but tell her right before the game so it doesn't spread any further.
Okay. Okay.
So I'd actively help them in the game, been a
Mhm.
genuine friend, and they'd help me too. When
Right.
I
Right.
was broken down by some very hurtful things that allegedly other players had been saying, I was so, and that's why you don't see much of me in episode 3 because they cut what happened with the game 3 is cut out. And during the phone situation, I was mostly on my bed with Sam and Darius having therapy, just trying to get myself together.
Because you were
Basically.
struggling. Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
for sure. So whew, I'm trying to be careful with my words, you know, but
Okay, you're good, baby.
yeah, I know. I trust you. So they were like, I will give Darius's flowers too. Like he was a
Okay.
really good friend to me
Mhm.
at that time.
Okay.
And so I loved him. I was like so excited. I thought we were going to be like best friends in New York after because we're both queer, you know,
Right.
we're both fab.
Mhm.
And so what happened was that day, I'm a super fan. I prepared so hard for this competition. And one of the things that I prepared was watching all these how to win Squid Game videos. So I knew all these ways to cheat tug of war. And I was like, Darius, you
Mm.
would be the perfect anchor. If you're our anchor, we're going to win. And he's
Okay.
like, perfect. We can build a strong team. Let's get
Wow.
Sam. Let's get Cheney. Let's get TJ. And we were going to have like this badass team of
Mhm.
minorities
Mhm.
and Jesse.
Okay.
But basically,
So I cannot.
so I was like so excited. And then right before the game, Darius says to me,
Okay.
some of these people don't want you on the team. When literally for over a day, I had just talked to all of them. We all had just been like, we're gonna eat it up. Like,
Right.
so I'm like, what the hell? Like, and I've already been through a lot in this game at this point, especially being triggered about my PTSD the day before.
Oh no.
And like
Wow.
the things that I was told people said were so hurtful. And, let's just say on their social media, it lined up before it was wiped.
Oh wow.
So,
Interesting. Just
you know,
screenshots, receipts.
but I'm trying to take the high road. But yeah, I was very devastated.
Okay.
And so I'm like, this is so fucked up. Like, I'm like, y'all are basically calling me weak. I am a survivor. I am so strong.
Right.
I have been through so much. I'm a fighter. I bring good energy to a team. I will hype our team up. I bring strategy to a team. And I don't know. And I'm like, who? And he won't tell me who.
Okay.
So that's where I started feeling like, okay, like this is really fake. Because I'm like, don't tell me people are playing me and not tell me who in this game. Because that is only going to make me so paranoid. And I'm like, now I don't know who of my friends are doing me dirty, underestimating me, and talking behind my back.
Right.
So it was like I was spiraling on my way to the game, and I'm like, one of us could, like, I'm not going home, but Darius, you could get eliminated right here, and I'll never know who played me.
True.
So it's like I know I have one more opportunity to get this information out of Darius, and it's in the white room. And so I go up to him and I say, Darius, as soon as the timer starts, Darius, who doesn't want me on the team? And he's like, baby, we can't do this right now. Like, we got to focus on this. So that was 2 chances I gave Darius to just be honest with me. Who doesn't want me on the team? So then I can move from there. I'm not going to throw you under the bus. I just need to know this for my game.
Right. Now I understand that. I want to know too who I'm around, who doesn't want me around.
Exactly. So then I go up to Sam and I'm like, Sam, who doesn't want me on the team? Sam's like, what the hell are you talking about? Get over here. And he's like trying to pull me onto the team because he's such a sweetheart. But in that moment, it was like, and I genuinely thought like, okay. I really thought you guys were going to see this because it was a really powerful moment.
Okay.
And it was like, I can either force myself onto this team that doesn't value me as a player,
right.
or I can take my game into my own hands. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. And I just walk over to the first line I see.
Okay.
And I just join this team. And then a lot of twinks and women start lining up behind me and a few other people. And if it's tug of war, I know we're screwed, but I am going to choose to believe in my team. I'm going to believe in these people,
right?
Because I'm not going to discard them the way I was just discarded.
Okay, gotcha.
So is it all starting to make sense now?
Yes.
So there's so much more tea. So basically, eventually, so Darius was really pissed at me because I had asked Cheney, Sam, and Felicia who didn't want me on the team, and they all were like, what are you talking about?
Okay.
And I said, well, Darius is telling me people don't want me on the team. Because at that point, I felt really betrayed by Darius. I'm like, why are you telling me this right before a competition? You know how stressful this is. And you're not telling me the full context. I will give Darius credit that I believe he was trying to help me, save me from the embarrassment and the hurt of being kicked off the team in the white room.
Okay.
Which apparently, according to him, was other people's plans.
Oh, wow.
And he told me that afterwards. So not after the game, while we're still in the game. So you got to think, I'm like so played by these people. Like,
this is crazy.
it is. And, but TJ is once again never part of this at any of.
Okay.
I'll get to why I included TJ.
Okay, gotcha.
But so he was really pissed at me for that. And I get that because I could have left his name out of it. I do think his intention was, I think he was trying to take care of both sides. Like, he didn't want his side knowing that he told me. So he's telling them, oh, I never said that. So now they're all thinking I'm
lying.
Yes, but
oh my God, a mess.
It's a mess, but
Yes.
he's telling me, like, so it's like, so it was just all really hurtful. And then basically everything comes out back at the dorm. It was such good tea. I cannot believe you guys missed this. Like, Ashley calls me over. And the reason Ashley called me over is because they were all bashing me. And Ashley's saying, if you're going to talk shit about my baby, say it to their face.
Period.
And Ashley is a real one. Y'all need to stand Ashley. Like, that is my sister. It's so emotional because it's like,
it's okay,
the
baby.
way that Felicia, Ashley, and Sam stood up for me was so kind.
It's okay, baby. You good. Take your time.
And it's just so hurtful to see the way that people have treated Felicia because she's an amazing person.
Very much so. I agree.
She was just playing the game, and and that's all I was doing too.
Wow.
You can't hate on people or make it something it's not just because they're playing the game.
Yeah.
So
100% agree.
It feels good to cry, honestly. I've been pent up all day.
Yeah, just let it out. Just let it out.
Yeah. So basically then Cheney and Jesse both admit to me that they lied to me and they did not want me on the team. And they're basically telling me, you know, we all have our strengths. And I love Sam. In this moment, Sam goes, but why are they weak? And I'm like, yes, get him. And and I literally go, and so they're like, well, we all have our strengths. And I go, yeah, and clearly y'all's isn't keeping it 100.
Right.
Oh, wow. I clocked them. So once I had stood up for myself in that way, they were already like, oh, like, fuck this bitch kind of thing. Like, and it was like, I was playing it fake, but I wanted revenge, you know?
You was pissed at that point.
Oh, I was livid.
Yeah.
I was livid. And I wanted to make it clear to Chaz, to Felicia, to Ashley, to Leanne, to Trey, because we had all been working together with the four.
Okay.
And I wanted them to know the way that they discarded me, Leanne, they're going to discard of you the same way. And like any of you, because you're not in the core, because when Darius was really pissed at me and had words for me, said, and I'm thinking, what the hell? Y'all kicked me off the team. Why are you saying that?
Right.
He said, you thought we were best friends, but really I've been best friends with Cheney, Jesse, and TJ the whole time. So boom, he leaked his own alliance to me. So then whatever, we all smooth things over, but I'm thinking, okay, I can't trust them, but I got to navigate this in a smart way.
Right, yeah.
So we can get into this tea because it's really iconic. So I'm sleeping next to Jada. Jada in this moment is just so kind and like she's like, bitch, you need to wake up. These people are not your friends. Stop giving them power. Stop letting these people get to you. Because I was broken, like after being treated like that. Like I was at rock bottom. And Jada is the reason that I went from a caterpillar to a butterfly in that game as far as being a savage. Because Jada's the one who woke me up and I knew this is the Squid Game. This is not the Brady Bunch. I have been so genuine with each and every person. I have been so kind to each and every person, so honest. And look what it got me. Backstabbed, betrayed, heartbroken. So and Figgy's gone at this point. I'm like, I still have a lot of amazing people in there that have my back, but I gotta stop putting so much trust into people. And I got to start, well, I didn't really follow that one too well, did I? But I gotta start, playing savage is basically what I decided. So that's what I'm deciding that night. And then I'm in between Jada and Andy sleeping. Okay. Andy is snoring so loud. And dead ass, that's one of the reasons people voted him out. Damn! Which I'm just kind of like, y'all voting out the person who snores? Like, Vote
I can't.
out. This is an opportunity in the
Oh, Jesus
game.
help. I can't.
I can't. Just sleep far away from him.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Not the
So
game move for snoring. I can't.
literally.
I can't.
So I'm like, I can't. I'm already like traumatized
Okay.
and spiraling. And like Andy low-key saved my game in this moment. Not saved my game actually, but just Andy gave me a lot of game information at this point as I switched beds in the middle of the night, not realizing I ended up directly on top of Cheney and Darius.
What? Oh my God.
In the morning, the wake-up call happens. I hear them talking.
Okay.
TJ's 3 beds over for me. And now I have the information that it's truly the 4 of them and the rest of us are expendable.
Okay.
So I'm playing dead. I'm pretending to be asleep. Like the fact that y'all didn't see this because this was so iconic that I'm literally playing dead, eavesdropping on them. And I can hear them laughing about what had happened the day before, kicking me off the team.
You what? Damn, they know you was up there. They had no idea you were up there. None.
No.
It's crazy.
So it was hurtful, but at that point I already knew I was in savage mode. So I was like, boom, okay. Even more reason that I know that y'all are not for me, you know, because y'all have not only betrayed me, but now this is just straight up mistreating me, you know? And once again, I don't want anyone sending them hate. I don't want anybody who supports me sending them hate. The messages that I've received are vile. I feel very misunderstood, honestly. But I do feel like a lot of people do appreciate the entertainment that I brought to the show. So that's great.
They do.
That's great. But as far as like who I am as a character, as an actual character moral, it's like you guys didn't get to see that. You don't understand my backstory. You don't understand the why I did the things I do because I don't regret my game moves. Like for the most part. I mean, I shouldn't have told them I voted Cheney, but as I said, that's not why I went out. It was because I got the hater got power. Like it's giving Mariah Carey obsessed.
I don't know them. Mariah Carey, I don't know them.
So, and even him, I send him love. It is what it is, you know. Like hopefully, I'm gonna send you all the love in the world, so maybe you can stop being so panini pressed. And you are getting so much tea. Like I'm gonna be spilling all this on my TikToks, but like it's all coming out. I just love you. And like whatever. I just want the truth out there, you know? And the thing is, like most of the players know that this happened, you know? Like a lot of them know how broken hearted I was.
Right.
And so okay, wait, where am I now? So I hear them laughing. Then Darius comes up and apologizes to me.
Okay.
And I appreciated that. And I'm like, but at the same time, it's like you were just laughing behind my back. So I apologize too, because at the end of the day, I could have left out his name when I was confronting the other allies. But I'm also like, girl, I only went up to our mutual allies. Like, it's not like I was going up to random people.
People saying your name, whatever.
So,
I got you.
Yeah, but I still can understand why that would be annoying. But so I apologize too, and we move forward. So boom. Okay. Now, what do you know? It's time for the vote. And I am literally like, I feel so alone. I feel like my back's against the wall. Even though I'm not alone, I felt alone.
Okay.
And that day, I just was in my Sandra Diaz Twine era, and I needed to make sure anybody but me. And so I was literally going around that dorm, working, making sure everyone knew the people, like, as long as I was actually not going to vote them, I am not voting for you. I have been betrayed by the people I thought were my best friends, or they've been eliminated. Like, I mean, I have a few still here, but I'm not telling them that. And I'm like, and if I want you to know, use me. I am a number. I can vote with you guys. Like, I am a free agent. So I was really making sure to go. I went to at least one person in every click, so that way I could be protected. And I did not get one vote. Okay. So I ate that. But the thing is, when it was time to vote and I got up there, and Jesse's number was out there a lot. And I was loving hearing this because we already know he was obsessed with me. Yes. So, but so like, so it was like, if his face went up there, that would have been the best thing for me. Right. However, Cheney is a way better player. So, and the thing is, the reason I voted Cheney is because Cheney was the face up there of the people that had betrayed me. Oh, I also went to Darius for the vote and I said, we got into it yesterday. People know we did. We need to not target each other with this vote, because in reality TV history, when two people target each other, they go out back to back, like
100%.
Danielle and Jeff in
Yep.
BB13, for example.
Mhm.
So I think I played that flawlessly, and we did not target each other, you know? And
Okay.
I was not throwing out Cheney's name. I was not targeting Cheney actively.
Okay.
But once her face, like, yes, I had been planting seeds about the alliance, but I was hoping if anybody was going to get votes from that alliance, number one, it would be Jesse. Okay.
Okay.
But Cheney's face is the one who popped up there. So Cheney, you're probably the strongest player in the alliance. So I gotta do what I gotta do at that point, you know? And then, ask me anything.
No. I was gonna ask you. So that's basically why you're saying that you chose her name, because for one, she's a strong player.
Mhm.
It was revenge also as well. I mean, it's in there,
Mhm.
just being human. You're human, but it mostly
Oh,
was
for sure.
the choice, because people are going to question and say, why wouldn't you have put Jesse up there? Why wouldn't you just put Jesse up there?
Okay, good question. I was one of the last people in the line, so it would have been an unnecessary target on my back. There was probably only maybe 5 people behind me, I believe. Maybe 10 tops. I would have to re-watch that scene.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of thing where if I had put up Jesse at that point, already 60 of the players had voted. It would have just been an unnecessary target. So at that point, I just had to cut my losses and hope that enough people voted Cheney, because I knew she was bad for my game at that point. She was so mad that I clocked her the way I did when I said, clearly y'all isn't keeping it 100. Like,
look,
ooh.
That was...
And listen, Cheney is a queen. Like if I was watching the show, I know I'd stand Cheney. So I don't blame the Cheney stands, you know? And like at the end of the day, it was a pressure cooker. I don't appreciate the way she treated me, but I forgive her, even though she's never apologized. I forgive her, and I send nothing but love to her, because Cheney is a beautiful woman. She has a lot going for her. She's very smart.
She is very smart.
Exactly. And it's like, I was just doing what was best for my game, and that's what it was. And yes, like I also was trying to get my lick back.
I mean, it's very obvious. So before you did your vote, did she already know how you were feeling? Before you went up to the vote, did she know you were pissed? Was she like, I'm talking about, was like surprised? Her, was like, oh my God, clutch my pearls. You know what I'm saying? Was it like, oh, okay. Yeah, I see you. That type. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I know that when they were laughing, what was said was, Darius said, oh, we got to clean up that mess from yesterday. And then they both were like cackling. And then Cheney's like, I think it's a little bit too late for that. So the fact that she said that, this is where TJ gets involved. So TJ, I do not believe TJ knew what they were saying.
Okay.
But I think TJ was just protecting his allies in this moment, but he should, when he realized what was going on, which once again, credit to TJ, that's a smart game move. The fact that he clocked that I was eavesdropping.
Right.
Or right above. I don't know if he knew that I was awake, but, and he shushed them, like being like, yo, stop talking, you know, something along those lines.
Right.
So then in my head, that's what confirmed it to me. That alliance that he said to me is true. You're with them. And I was hurt that he shushed them, because I'm like, me and TJ were friends. Like he had cried to me, and we are friends.
Right.
Still, you know? And I apologize for throwing out his number, because he's the only one I felt bad about doing it about. But at the same time, you know,
right.
All that was going on in the moment, it felt like it was completely deserved. And part of me still feels like I don't regret it. But at the same time, part of me is like, I do love him as a person, and like hearing his backstory, and I'm like, I do feel bad about it. It's like a lot of mixed emotions when it comes to TJ. But yeah,
you're pretty much okay. So,
but his minion took me out. Like, control your minion.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. All of it's connected. Everything's like a blanket. You know, each piece is connected to something. Like, you know, I know her. Oh, you know that person. You're all connected. So to me, you're in this house. And a lot of people said you guys were acting so. Everything is so, oh my God. And I'm like, well, they're in this house. They haven't been outside. They haven't been on the phone. They haven't been on nothing. This is all they see every day. So I'll be excited too for food. I'll be excited for whatever's going to happen. So yeah, everything is way more dramatic, because it's just what you guys doing every day. You're not doing anything else. Why wouldn't it be dramatic? So yeah, I'll be upset And if I'm upset about this and see you're laughing, oh my
It's
God, I
just
know
hurtful.
myself.
And I
I don't
know
care.
they're
I lay
better
in my
than
bed. I
that.
said,
At the
"Oh,
end of
I
the
hear you.
day,
I hear you laughing. I'm here. I
I
know
know they're
myself."
better than that because I saw the beautiful parts of them too. Like they were friends
Right.
for a reason, you know? And like
Yes.
I
Yes.
hope one day, like the thing is, like me and Darius are on good terms to my knowledge. Like
Mhm.
we got eliminated together. So in the hotel we
Yeah.
did talk and like we're like he said we're gonna leave everything in the game. But at the same time, it's like,
Okay.
especially with how the episodes are shown, like I still feel like I owe it to myself to tell the truth of the full story.
Yes.
But like that doesn't mean we're not on good terms. Like I have nothing but like I
Positive
wish
things
him
to
nothing
say.
but the best, you know? I wouldn't say that because I don't agree with the way he treated me, but
Okay.
like at the end of the day, I'm not going to hold it against him as on a personal level in real life. And I mean, Cheney's never apologized, but I still forgive her and
Y'all
I
never
hope
talked
I
at
hope
all?
she we have not spoken since the show now. I hope she
Mm.
can forgive me for like doing what I had to do for the game, you know, but I would hope she realizes that like it was
What the reason
I,
why?
yeah, like come on.
That was saying, to me, I would love to hear what she has to say, and Cheney, and then also Darius, because I think all you guys probably have different stories. Darius, his story of telling you this and telling them this, because to me, he sounds like the in between. I'm pretty sure if you listen to everybody's story, it's different, but it'll still be
Exactly.
connected. You understand what I'm saying? Like a Rubik's cube, it'll still be connected. One person in the middle. That's the connection to everybody else, which is Darius. And so to me, I feel
Yes.
like, you know what
But
I'm
I mean,
saying?
if you like Felicia, Ashley, like Sam, like these players saw they were very involved with all of this. They know that what I'm
Oh,
telling
so
you
they
is the truth.
saw everything. Wow.
Yes.
So you have
Yes.
players that can literally say, I
Yes.
saw this. And see, that's the thing. If you have people who also saw it,
Yes. I mean, not every
wow.
person saw
No, not
everything.
every, but they saw enough. Do you understand what I'm
Yes.
saying? To come
Yes.
out and say, yeah, what he's saying is real tea.
Oh,
I
for
was there.
sure. For
You see
sure.
what I'm saying? So I don't
Yes.
know how, if she's gonna come out with her. I don't know what she's gonna say, address it or whatever. Because people are really wanting to know what she has to say, and they want to know what you have to say. And of course, Darius, because you guys really haven't talked about this entire week. Like what happened? Da da da. And I said, let's wait to hear what they have to say. I said, remember, editing is horrible. We'll see one scene, she might be pouring a drink. And then the next scene, she's not pouring a drink because they clipped out 30 minutes and we don't know what was said in between. That's editing. My platform will always be open for cast because I feel like you guys get these edits just trash sometime and we don't know what we're watching and we get these narratives not correct because for they want their sales. And I get it. It's a business, a production. I do your money. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm gonna keep my platform open for y'all
I
to
love you.
come on here and say that's not what the fuck happened, child. That's a lie.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, everything that they show did happen. You're just
Right.
missing context, you know? And I will say, like, all I needed them to do as friends and allies is just be honest with me. Like, hey, Dash, we love you, but you are a skinny little legend, and we need bigger people for our team. It would have
Mm,
hurt, but I
yeah.
would have appreciated and respected the honesty, you know? And it was just like, it was very unnecessary in my opinion. Like, and if you look back, you can see me like wandering around the white room, like feel it. I'm like
Yeah.
very shooken up. And like my team was all the people that were like rejected by their allies, basically. And we were like the
Damn.
total
Right.
underdogs.
Right.
Like,
Right.
and then we got demolished. But I didn't sing, thank God. But shout out to my whole worship team because we got played that day.
Oh Lord. So you walking out and saying everybody's number, baby. Let me tell you something. People are looking like this. And you said it with such confidence, like
Yes.
if I'm leaving, that's how RuPaul Drag Race. When you leave out the door, you gotta say a little saying. That was your moment right there. So literally, what was in your mind that made you say, I'm gonna leave out like this? Was it on the whim or did you have a plan? What happened?
Well, I'm trying to think of how much I can say.
Okay.
Um,
Just be careful. Just don't, you
I
know me.
know.
I don't care. You don't have to do. I don't want to get yourself in trouble. Just say what whatever you can say, but don't do too much.
So he's like slandering me, like calling me this liar when it's like what he's referring to me spreading the alliance, because that alliance is real, which we've all seen is confirmed. Like, he's not talking about me lying to Cheney's face. He didn't even know that happened. He wasn't there. So it's just kind of like, girl, what? Like, you just don't have the courage to admit that a queer, femme, non-binary person had you shook. So at the end of the day, I was not going to go out without swinging. I had to stand up for myself. You know, it was like, I got done really, really dirty. I was burned. And if I'm going, I'm going out swinging. So
period.
Yeah.
I was like, baby, it is like everybody is.
I'm like a little femba.
Oh, oh my god, I love you so much.
I love you too. I'm like, oh, is it good that I went through all this? Like, I am scared. I'm not gonna lie, it's scary because I don't want to bash anybody or bring anyone down, but I do want to be honest, because I feel like anybody who knows me, it's obvious there's a lot of context missing. And you know, I was ruthless at that point because I had to be, you know?
Yes. I'm gonna say this with the alliance. I loved it because it was people of color in the alliance. I didn't know what was going on with you and them, and I just knew something was going on. But I was like, I wish they were all together. All the minorities could just kill it. So of course,
and that's what I wanted.
You did want that, but you're saying.
I mean, I'm willing to work with straight white people too, right? Straight white men.
Stop it.
I'll work with anybody that's kind to me, but like me as a human, my instinct is to protect other minorities because of the things I've been through, and from my vantage point, like especially as a super fan, I see what happens year after year to minorities. So my instinct is to protect. Like, that's why I think that they really fucked up when it came to me, because I was going to ride for them. And the only reason, and it was like, y'all did someone so dirty that would have rode for you. And Lucia and all them knew how they had done me really dirty. So that's why I felt, and they were more my friends. So it was kind of like, that's why I felt so comfortable telling them. But then other people, you know, got in her head, and it is what it is. She had always been nervous because of how much of a social game I've been playing. And she had expressed that to me. She was very honest about that. And I was just always trying to, you know, tell her, like, no, baby, I love you. Like, period. I will never come for you. I want us in the end. And it was genuine, but, you know, it is what it is.
So literally, because of the fact you weren't a strong, they thought you weren't a physical competitor is why they wanted you out of the group. I get what you're saying.
That's what they told me. They said that's what they told me.
But you would have, like you said if they would have told you that, you'd have been like, I understand. I mean, you sure you wouldn't be happy about it, but you would have understood it kept going. It wouldn't have.
I know I'm not a fessy over here taking everybody out in the hall brawl. Like, I'm very self-aware. Okay.
I can't. Oh, not fancy, Jesus. Okay, but yes, I understand what you're saying. Because I know the game. I know what you're saying.
Because Figgy even told me, because I was like, Figgy was like, you need to find a tug of war team. Like, I'm trying to squeeze on Big Chad's team. And like, she's like, I'm trying to squeeze on like go find a strong one, because she already was trying to squeeze on a strong one. So it was like, I didn't want to put her in the position like, me too, like, no, I'm gonna go find my. And she was super real about it, and like, that's a true ally, because she was honest with me. And it was kind of like, okay, I need to do the same thing.
Right,
like,
she's giving you tips and everything. I get what you're saying. That makes sense.
Yeah. So it was like, why couldn't my other friends have just done that for me? Because I would have done that for them in the heartbeat. I've told you now how I've actively helped them, actively helped save them in the game. So it was a really brutal betrayal.
So that was a very personal thing for you. At that moment, you had an opportunity and you just took it. With a show like this or any other challenge or whatever, baby, it's snooze you lose around here. And if you cutthroat even in revenge. You can't tell somebody else how to react if they're pissed. And I say that all the time. I might read your ass for filth and pull your soul, and that person might not like how I did it, but your soul will still be taken. Period. I won't care about what that person says. So that's, you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So everybody is going to react differently, but at the same time, I like how you are also giving them respect and saying this is basically because I was hurt and betrayed in this game moment. I took the opportunity. Period. And that's it. That's all.
That's
You
all
told
it
the
is.
truth.
It's a game. And I never played personally. People got personal with me. And,
Mm.
like, even when they did that, I still took the high road and I was like, I'm just going to get them game wise. And I think I wish I would have just exhale
Mm-hmm.
and like be more like, what's it called? Careful. Be more
Okay.
careful. Slow and
Okay.
steady wins the race. I feel like I was so like thirsty to get my revenge, and it's like I don't know. I don't
No,
know.
no, no. Okay.
I don't regret anything because like I
Okay.
truly was
Right.
trying to stand up for myself, and
Mhm.
like I don't regret voting Cheney. Sorry to the Cheney fans. That was definitely my most optimal move out of the options that were available for me to
That was
vote.
available for you.
Yeah.
And one thing I will say, it does make sense of not putting Jesse up because when you broke it down by saying all those people had already voted and it was just a wasted vote, that actually does logically does make sense. So I'm happy that you said that here, and we're gonna say it again, especially I want them to understand that part. Like you were playing logically. It looks bad, and you even admitted you did partially because you was upset about the situation. But when you really break it down, it makes sense of why you didn't put Jesse up there. That's one thing I can say for sure. Why would you vote that late into that point and only a few people are behind you? It would just put
No.
him up there. He probably wouldn't get any votes, and then you'd have had another target. So no, that does make sense strategically. And I
No,
think people
if I had
listen.
been up closer in the line, that would have been a different story. But at that, I mean, I didn't want to be the one to nominate anybody because it's a
Okay,
target. But I feel
yeah,
like I probably would have if I was towards the front of the
right,
line.
right. I don't think nobody wants to nominate, and I think I'm happy that you're saying that. You can tell people didn't want to nominate.
No,
Reason why you can tell because they kept voting for the people that were up there.
I
So you can
know.
tell they didn't want to nominate anybody. So what you're saying is like backed up by facts. Go watch the camera. They're all voting for the people that's up there. Only one or two people added people, and that's because somebody got mad. Leanne voted him. He got, so you
Hmm.
understood that stuff. So I don't know. You
And
broke it
also,
down. You broke
my
it down.
favorite part of my iconic moment blowing up the games is cut out. I said what I said was there's a four-person alliance, name the number like I'm reading a damn phone book. And then I said I was treated like shit. I stood
Mm.
up for myself and I'm proud. That was the entire speech. Only the first half is in the edit.
They should have played all of it. Period. Because I don't know why they didn't show all of it. That was beautiful to end it like.
This storyline was so juicy. I cannot believe how much it was cut down. Like, did we really need all this time of Brighton being an asshole?
That's what they wanted. That's a narrative. Production does this. 198 was
I love
actually the villain.
production, but come on. We need to
Well,
shave that a
the
little
thing
bit
about the
down.
thing about it, they even hid 198 stuff because they wanted to make sure 432 was and then he has another show coming out. So it's a lot tied in with that mess too. He got his own little whatever. So we all know,
Definitely no comment on the fact that
yeah.
he's the one out of 456 people that gets a spinoff.
I'm like, I mean, anyway, I'll leave
No
it there
comment.
myself. Same.
And just a period at the end of that.
Period. Because we already know Dash is gonna be on Big Brother. I'm telling you, when I say the Big Brother watches, listen to Spaces, they do. They be in my space. They watch all these things, and trust and believe when I say this, they're looking at y'all season. Too many Big Brother stands have posted literally all of y'all they want on Big Brother. So I would be surprised. Y'all won't be able to say anything to us. If you do get caught, we won't know about it until because you're not allowed to say anything. We won't know about it until you're on the screen. But I'm gonna say it on my live. If when we see Dash on there, oh, trust and believe, I'll be acting a fool in the space. Say his name. What? Oh, please. Y'all know how I do. I don't play that.
I love you. No, I love you so much. It feels really good to like talk about all this in detail, to be honest, because it was something that was very hard for me to process afterwards.
Mm, yeah.
Just being eliminated the way I was,
Yes.
it felt very icky. And I'm hoping people can, read between the lines on it.
I think they will. Once they listen to this, and then if the people that are I think there's like 20 people sitting in the space right now listening. They will be waiting for me right now, and they're going to listen
Okay.
to you too. And I'm gonna just really and truly, you're gonna probably just have the floor. I just want you to talk your truth because I feel like listening to you, I look at the whole thing differently now. I'm not gonna lie to you, I do.
That's what I'm saying. And like, people were like, don't worry, it's gonna look like it's just a strategic move, you're going for a threat. And I'm like, yeah, but like there's so much more to it than that. Like,
Yes, and you already knew. You already knew they weren't gonna look at it that way. So,
oh, I know,
well,
because I wouldn't look at it that way. And that's why I'm like kind of hurt.
and
But
you're being real about it. You're
yeah, I
being real
am
about
being
it,
real, but I don't want to bash,
and you have it.
yeah,
I don't
like
feel
at
like
the
you
end of
have.
the day, I have nothing but respect them. I get it. It's a reality show. I signed up for this. But it's also like now it's kind of on me to tell my story and tell the truth that can be obviously like confirmed by other players. So
But I'm telling you, you did not. No, you didn't pass. You were very respectful, and you
thank
just
you.
told your story, and you did it respectfully. Even when you weren't happy, you still did it. Because I know myself very well. My story would have been completely different. I don't like nobody.
Wait, but you told me you loved me even before you knew the truth of what happened. So
I
that's
did
like really
because I
kind.
I I feel I get people's vibes. I'm a really about vibes, and so I got the vibe immediately on our first conversation. So I already knew. I was like, that's why I didn't do any commentary on it. If you notice, I didn't. When it came to you or her, I didn't do the commentary on it. So I want to hear from them before I
Mhm.
go and do like everybody else is doing and just pounce. I don't do things that way. I like to get information. Then I can start talking crap after I hear the whole information.
And yeah, it's like at the end of the day, like it was a game. We were hungry.
Yes,
We were
God.
going through very intense games,
Yes.
especially the day one. It was paranoia boots, dry as hell, no windows,
Ugh.
no weed,
No chapstick, I
like
heard.
no chapstick, crusty lips. Like
No
it was a
alcohol.
lot going
Horrible.
on. Like uh, I
The alcohol would have killed me alone.
listen.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been struggling. I ain't gonna front.
I've forgiven people for much worse because if I was to hold on to anger or hatred towards people, I never had
Say
hatred.
it
Like,
again.
but
Hmm.
if I was to hold on to anger towards people that did me wrong, like I already know from the hard way, it only is going to weigh me down.
Yes,
So I have to just
unfortunately.
wish everybody well and let it go. But that
Yep.
doesn't mean I don't tell my story.
No, it means you don't forget, baby. You can forgive because forgiveness is for yourself. Actually, if people think forgiveness is for the other person, it's actually for you. But you never forget. Never. I don't. I still hold on some shit from 10 years ago. Period. And have receipts
Are
still.
you a Taurus?
I'm a Cancer, so we're super
Okay.
loyal, but don't fuck with us. I'm sorry. That's
Oh,
just how.
see, I'm Taurus, so I'm loyal. That's why I'm like,
Yes. Cancers and
I don't
Taurus
look
get along very
loyal. And
well.
it's so sad to me because I was so loyal to my people. Like, I was so loyal. You heard what I did. Like, damn.
Yes. And then everybody's gonna probably come out.
Alliance also was partially me protecting my allies still in the game. I wanted people to know y'all want to be the reason I'm eliminated? Boom, here's a target.
You play this, but see, Big Brother's like that. The way you walked out, that was everybody kept saying that's a Big Brother moment. We want to see that on Big Brother. We do because the old Big Brother, what you know about, that's how people used to exit. They stopped doing that for some reason. I don't know why. But you remember old Big Brother, they would go on camera and say something, or the exit interview, or it's at the give you a few words you want to say to stay in the house. They'll read them down. They don't do it anymore. Davon's speeches were iconic for that.
Oh
You
my
know
God,
that.
so good. And can I just say, when I looked at the cast for BB20, like before watching it, I said, okay, let's say I win first HOH and I just have these videos, first impressions.
Mhm.
I would nominate Brett and Tyler. That's what I said. And look at how the game played out. Imagine Dash Katz instead of JC wins first HOH, nominates Tyler and Brett. Imagine how different the season would have been.
History would have been changed because Tyler became like this beast, like going forward or whatever. So a lot of things would have been changed, and Brett is womp womp
But my
womp.
Queen Bailey absolutely ended him. So
She did, but she should have been. I still say to this day that Bailey should have a win, and she was robbed out of her win. Tyler, she was Christmas past and future. I cannot
oh,
stand her.
not Christmas.
We're not gonna talk about the evil things of the bad holiday season. We're
No, the
not.
fact that she was on All Stars, it's like, who liked, not even the casuals liked her ass, I don't think. So I'm
No.
like, I'm so confused by that casting choice. There's so many better people. Y'all could have had Libra or Rennie or Jessica Milagros, and y'all went with
The scooter
Christmas
girl. The scooter girl. Don't nobody care.
mess.
Where's your
Mess.
scooter? Where's your scooter, ma'am?
No, for real though. Not her ruining 2 seasons of Big Brother.
Oh my God! And then marrying the evil one of all. Let me know. Let's not even. We can see. That means I know that you're gonna be on my Big Brother panel next season.
Oh,
You have got to
100.
be. You got to be in my spaces for Big Brother. When we drag, I need you there with me because you're gonna be right there with me,
I know I got a mouth
dragging.
on me.
Oh, I know. So I look forward to you be in my spaces dragging with me. And if you know me, I drag to the gods. So
I'm here
anyway,
for
oh my God, it's like been such a fun interview. When I know that my interviews are fun, when I
They
lose
are.
track of time, and when I just was kiki and gagging, which I have been this whole entire time. So, guys, Dash the gorgeous, okay, that red hair that I don't see nowhere else that bounces like anything. He is everything. I'm so excited he came on here, and I'm hoping that he'll be able to come on spaces for Big Brother because I do believe he's gonna become one of the draggers like me and Betty do. Y'all know how we do. So y'all
Absolutely.
make sure y'all follow Dash on TikTok. His TikTok is everything. I post his video almost every day. So follow him on
Oh, thank
TikTok and
you.
Twitter and his Instagram. His name is literally is what his name is on all social media. So
Obsessed.
please go follow my boy Dash. Please, I love him so much.
I
And
love
guys,
you.
I love you guys. Of course, you guys know who I am. I ain't got to repeat it. I'll let myself tell you who I am. One thing I want you guys to know, and that nothing that will never change about this, I am the queen.